Okay, 4500, we need to get this timing cover off. Unfortunately, right along this bottom perimeter, there's like 5 or 6 bolts, but you can see that blue bar right there going across is in the way, and that's all solid to the rest of this nose. To get that off, what you're gonna have to do is this loader mast, because it's all welded as one piece, we'll have to get these bolts, these two on each side, and then you can see the bolt here. It's a bolt and a nut. So there's going to be a bolt and a nut, and then a bolt and a nut, and then the same thing on the other side. So two sets of bolts and nuts on the other side. And then down there, there's a nut there and a nut there. So there's a nut and stud. So you have to pull that nut off, and then this whole frame is going to roll forward. This bar right here is connected to your tie rod arm. So what you really need to do there is probably just turn the tractor, turn the steering all the way to one side to where that this bar, this tie rod bar goes all the way forward. And then as you roll it forward, that'll give you just, you'll notice that that bar is in the way and it's going to want to pull on you. So you just have to turn the steering wheel to where I think it's going to be the bar's pushed all the way forward. So the bar would be like this, the front, and then as you roll it forward, it'll go like this to compensate as this is rolling forward, the axle is rolling forward. The loader, because you can see that there's no space to roll that forward, this loader, you have to pull that pin, and then the same on the other side, and then a couple of hydraulic lines. And once you do that, you can chain around the front of this guy, like on these hooks, or that hook right there, to this loader top mast. And then you can just roll the whole thing up and over and forward, or prop it up and then hook a chain to the front of this thing and drag it forward. That'll give you space to roll this forward. And then once you undo all those bolts and that the tie rod arm, unfortunately the way that is set up, you can't get to that tie rod arm really easily to pull it off. But if you can, just get that bar, like I said, to give you some clearance. And if you roll this thing forward 6 inches, you can get to those bottom timing cover bolts. If you get to those bottom timing cover bolts, you can get to all of the rest of them. And your timing gear is sitting right here. If you look at your timing gear and you can see there's a bolt in the center of it, if you can bust that off with an impact, you'll see a Woodruff key, kind of like that. If that Woodruff key and, where'd it go? Oh, it's over here. Here's your balancer. If that notch and the Woodruff key on the camshaft are rotated off from each other, then that's your timing issue, and that's where we would go to fix it. And we could probably torch it and pop it off, and then put it in an oven and bake it and slide it on, and then let it cool down, and then put the bolt back in the camshaft. And that's probably how we're going to solve the timing issue on this guy.